Honda has Type R. Toyota has GR. But Hyundai, well, it wasn't that long ago before they actually dipped their toes in the performance division game. And they're doing it with this letter, N. By the time this video comes out, you've already heard that the N division is coming to the Philippines in the form of the Elantra. That's something we haven't had in a while. But Hyundai wants to bring in something else, or at least is planning to. And it's this fella, the Ioniq 5N. And Hyundai has pretty bold claims about it. So they sent us out here in Barcelona because that's how confident they are. Okay, so the term performance EV isn't exactly new. A lot of manufacturers already claim that. But Hyundai says there is a stark difference between fast EVs and performance EVs, and they say that this is a performance EV. Now, I'll explain that a little bit later on. So, to prove that point, not only are we at the racetrack at the moment, but we'll also be taking this out on public roads, on the highways, and on the twisties to see if Hyundai really does have the ultimate performance EV and the ultimate all-rounder. But first, a few quick fast facts about this car. So it's got over 80 kilowatt hours of battery capacity, about 700 plus Newton meters of torque, and about 600 horsepower, all in a package that's actually pretty practical. Now, those numbers do sound impressive, but numbers can only get you so far. So it's time to hit the track and see what's what. So track time with the Ioniq 5N, and a couple of interesting notes. Vice President Jun of the N division made a very interesting point. Now, a lot of fast EVs out there are good on a straight line, and he calls those high-power EVs. But the Ioniq N is a little bit different. He calls this a proper high-performance EV, because it can also have fun around the bends. And from what I'm feeling right now, the steering is beautifully weighted, which is amazing considering this is an EV. And the grip is very, very good on this one. Like, yes, it's all-wheel drive, but most of the power actually goes to the back. And when I'm exiting the corner, I can feel the back stepping out ever so slightly. Now, the reason for that is you want rotation in your performance car, and that's what gives the car a dynamic feeling. It feels natural in your hands. It feels alive in your hands. And that's something you want. You don't want just something that does a good lap time, but it feels like, you know, like a very clinical experience. EVs are typically clinical, but not in the case of the Ioniq 5. It feels like I'm driving a gas-powered car. It even has engine braking thanks to the regen control of this car. And I even have paddle shifters, proper paddle shifters to simulate gears. So I can honestly attend to VP June saying, like, yes, this can corner, this can have fun. And he even said a while ago that the lap times, they don't matter, they do matter, but it's not his highest priority. His highest priority is driving enjoyment. Because what fun is a car that posts this number but feels absolutely boring to drive? I'm liking this car. I'm liking this EV. Can't believe I'm saying that. And you can do lots of laps on these things. This car is not feeling tired around the racetrack. It's not feeling compromised. And that's one of the pillars VP June said about this car. It feels alive. And a lot of people have been saying that EVs feel soulless, EVs feel slow. It's totally not the case here. All I have to say is, if you want to bring an EV to a track day, this is a car you should really consider. Smooth, confident, dynamic, enjoyable, and most importantly, can't believe I'm saying this, it's got a bit of a soul even. 35. Oh, yeah! Okay. So our time with the drift exercises are done. And what you're looking at now is the president of the N division. I'm gonna show it how it's done. And you know, a performance division is in good hands as if the president himself knows how to drive. The thing is, at the end of the day, the Ioniq 5N is still an Ioniq 5. So you get buckets of legroom here at the back, great headroom as well, and you put the car in comfort mode, and it feels like you're more like in a luxury sedan rather than in a high-performance vehicle. And we're enjoying both of those. So on some days, let's say you're carrying your family with you, they're not going to complain about a harsh ride or any noise because, again, it is an EV. At the same time, if you want to have fun with it, it's going to deliver. So that's the Ioniq 5 in a nutshell then. Great on track, great on the road, and yeah, it could do just about everything. So the Ioniq 5 then, well, is it the ultimate performance EV? Well, that's still a bit of a question mark because, well, admit it, our experience on that is still rather limited. But as far as the ones we've driven over the past couple of months and years, this one perhaps stands at the top.